I'd like to begin with a quote from Caitlin Matthews from The Celtic Spirit. The between places are thresholds of awakening, where the soul is alert and watchful for omens of change, for auguries of joy, for promises of belonging. My Tai Sophia promise articulates my own gift to the world. It goes like this. I, Virginia Louise, the names of my grandmothers, promise that in my presence, for the sake of all creatures, no matter what, life will present as a call to the serene, sacred circle. Coming through breast cancer in 2009 reminded me that my body is the center of its circle. My internal serenity, the quality of my silence, affects how I am healing presence to others. I knew this in theory. I got to live it in practice. One of the many gifts of my passage through cancer. Perhaps you've heard of the phoenix, who is that mythical bird symbolizing regeneration, a creature that dies and is reborn every 500 years. This magnificent one rises from the ashes and was my inspiration during treatment. During 6 weeks of daily radiation in the season of winter, I imagined my own rising from the burning with new energy and power. The daily rhythm of my medical treatment became a focal point of intention. It became my threshold of awakening. The central lesson of that place was letting go of my grand plans and designs, of my energy, of the illusion of control. Maybe you felt this before, a sharp and humbling wake-up call to the body reminds you of your mortality, as well as your promise. I returned to the image of the phoenix last fall. I was designing an independent study and some kind of professional transition. And in this work, I felt my transformation was going to be a controlled burn this time. Yet I found myself in the midst of a forest fire once more. For in a second, an actually more acute health crisis, I was diagnosed with E. coli in my gastrointestinal and gynecological systems. It was an unexpected opportunity, again, to create focus. This threshold of awakening included hospitalization twice, and surgery, and 4 months of recovery that just ended this April. And during this new challenge, my questions radically shifted from the external to the internal again. What is happening in the present moment? What is the step of the next hour? After letting go of my proposed design for the external world, life was again circumscribed to my own body for the second time. And what had seemed so important in my professional life simply faded away. This was not the transformation that I imagined. It became once more a difficult time of letting go. And at each threshold, I don't mean to give the impression that I manage my life with equanimity and grace. Far from it. Instead, the serious challenges allowed me to completely fall apart. I accepted generous offers of accompaniment. I felt fear and dis-ease. I received comfort. I observed in my body how practice each moment truly makes a difference. I remembered that the call to the serene, sacred circle is my responsibility. No doubt these last 2 years would have involved much more suffering for myself and certainly for many around me if it had not been for my learning at Tai Sophia. I did become a more compassionate healing presence in the world, the goal of the Applied Healing Arts program, through the unexpected curriculum of my own Phoenix transition, my own thresholds of awakening. And so being at Tai Sophia has been life-changing as I rise from the ashes. The degree is central to my calling in the world, providing the ground and the tools for my own transformation. I have truly crossed over the threshold that Caitlin Matthews writes about. I have found the omens of change, the auguries of joy, the promises of belonging. Now, John Sullivan, the esteemed Applied Healing Arts program designer and teacher, set a worthy goal before us 4 years ago to cultivate sagely stillness within and sovereign service without. We heard this from day one, yet I did not fully comprehend it until this year. I entered the program focused on the external form of my gift to the world, intent on and attached to that outcome. And on this graduation day, I leave with the deep knowledge that the gift begins with me. It is my presence that matters first, no matter where I am or what I call what I'm doing. And so this phrase, sagely stillness within, sovereign service without, has become spiritual acupuncture. It has become the needle for me. These words land and find their mark. They shift who I am becoming. I am most grateful to Tai Sophia, to all our teachers, a deep bow. Thanks to my fellow students. And as I honor my promise, I bring you all with me. I'd like to end with a quote that you may have seen on a bumper sticker. Maybe the hokey pokey is what it's all about. So let me explain. Sitting in the graduate circle just this morning, I received stories from my fellow students about bringing all of who we are to service. And what popped into my brain was the last verse of the Hokey Pokey, which we sang in our program together. And I asked Diane, can I do this? And she said, don't go puny, Louise. So I'm going to sing it. Because it is Tai Sophia, after all. You put your whole self in. You put your whole self out. You put your whole self in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. And I realized that the bumper sticker was pointing to wisdom. Put your whole self in. That's what it's all about. Thanks for your listening.